In this video, S.R. Raghunathan is going to talk to us about how to select photographs, how to choose stories, and what are the components one must keep in mind while taking a photograph. Let's listen to Mr. S.R. Raghunathan.
See, as far as the Hindu is concerned, here in Chennai, we are the head office, and the photographers who we have appointed all over India. We have about some 65 photographers from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and every day they are on an assignment, except 5 or 6 who are on off or on leave. The others always file the pictures. We have a networked interactive content access, which means whoever the photographer is filing a picture on a particular server in FTP, the file transfer protocol. It goes to a particular server therein, which creates a portfolio of all the photographers together. That is where it is called the NICA, this Network Interactive Content Access. You can have access to all our photographers' work in one place. You don't need to call them, just type of their name correctly, you get their work for the day. And if you want yesterday's picture, you can do yesterday's picture, throughout the year for that matter. So, I know it's quite difficult for any newspaper with a restricted space and will not have space for all the photographers' work. Of course, the photographers who are covering in the respective areas, in Bangalore, they have a separate edition except for the common page. The common page will have only one picture which is of national interest. So apart from that, yes, it is very difficult for anybody to cover, to select the pictures, the array of pictures which we come across every day. So for that, we have a unique method to take that one picture. There are two ways of looking at it. One is pictures which have been shot during the day, which comes much before on time because the meeting starts at 5:30 in the evening. We go for the meeting. Me or Dinesh or anybody else for that matter who goes for the meeting takes the array of pictures, and we decide that. Before that, I'll tell you what happened. Every state has a bureau, and every bureau has a chief. That chief will decide on, if he feels like we've been here in the news for more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, be the chief. So he will decide, probably he may not be able to decide which picture is going to be there on the page. So he may give a preference, a choice of preference of 1 or 2 pictures, maximum 3 pictures comes here, and in which we take 2 pictures, so we eliminate. It starts with the photographer. The photographer will file 10 pictures, and he would recommend 7 pictures, and his immediate boss will select 5 pictures. From there, it becomes 3. When it comes here, 2, and we take it to the desk, it becomes 1 picture. There were times that the photographers, in a hurry, will overlook a better picture than the one which got published. So we have had come across such instances quite a lot. But in a newspaper, the final deciding authority is the desk. The photographer may have 1001 picture because we have time restriction. We have to, in those days, there used to be papers like this, which they used to cut, they paste it using a wax. If the story is being changed, they peel it, they stick another story there. Instead of this story, the another story will go. But unlike yesteryears, we have computers that have taken place in those areas. What will happen is that we are very strictly adhering to the deadline. The deadline is 9:59 for the state page. I'll tell you what happens if we do not decide on these pictures, because pictures plays a prominent role in any newspaper. The news items are being corrected, which is always there in an inverted pyramid format. The most important at the top, the least important at the bottom. The subeditor will just chop from the bottom, so the most important remains there. Unlike a picture which has so many content in it, you can either make it smaller or bigger. You cannot cut the content of the picture because it's being edited by the photographer who took it, and again it was scrutinized by his immediate supervisor. Then it goes to the bureau head of the particular state and comes here to the chief photographer, me, then it has to pass me through to the photo editor, in which he takes it to the editorial and they finally decide, okay, fine. How we cut short the time is starting from the photographer landing up in the desk, on the desk. So we cut short the time by 1 minute. We have the time restriction of 9 o'clock in the night, 9:59 is just to make a remark that the page was not ready during that time. It gets locked automatically for 10 seconds. Apparently it will open, you don't need a password to open, but people working, give a break for 10 seconds and of course the page continues to make sure that the page has gone late. 1 minute late in the production in the design room on the desk will result in 1 hour in the production. This 1 minute is like a cascade effect. 1 minute will become 10 minutes in the next area and 10 minutes resulting in delay of production of the plate in the next area. So 1 minute will become 10 minutes, 10 minutes will become 30 minutes, 30 minutes will become 1 hour. So by the end of the day, the end product, the newspaper will come late home. So in order to cut short all these things, it starts with the photographer. He eliminates all unwanted things in the first place, and finally when it lands on the desk, they will have only two choices, this or this. So that's going to be easiest task for the news editor as far as the picture is concerned. He may have other things to do. He may have the magazine section picture selection. He may have so many things. I mean, a lot of picture selection has to be done because page 1 is common, page 2 is city. As far as Chennai is concerned, we have only Chennai news. For Bangalore, they have Bangalore news. So it differs. The people there will decide which news should go in the city. So that's how it works.
And what about the internet edition, which is 24/7 throughout the year?
Yes.
How do you when and how do you decide about the pictures? Where there is also not that specific space restriction that you have defined by the sheet or the size of the broadsheet.
As far as the internet is concerned, they have a lot of space, they have a lot of time. But as you rightly said, we are 24/7, not we. Every internet edition has 24/7 people working there. We have the internet edition just across the hall. What they do is that if there are some pictures which is really, really interesting, and picture speaks volume, a series of pictures will make a picture story. What is a picture for the newspaper can make a picture story for the internet edition. Internet edition, they keep changing the pictures. There's a tag in which the latest news will be there and automatically it moves into the news section. So you know what is happening right now in Chennai. There is a space in which you can go and click, you can see what is happening right now. So there are a lot of interesting things about internet edition, in the sense you can take it in a cell phone because it doesn't need a higher resolution. You can take it in a cell phone with a very low resolution because the screen is in such a pattern that you can clearly see the picture or whatever you're going to send from your cell phone. Right, I'll tell you. As far as the composition and the content is very important. Subject is very important. You don't need. See, when you are going to compose it, whether it is wide or tele, that you automatically decides by way of the practice. You've been doing it all these years. It comes. It's there subconsciously and comes automatically. But when you think the rule of thirds and stuff like that, it's all belongs to magazine and other leisure area. But as far as the news photography is concerned, we don't follow rules. One important rule in photography, I'll always tell you, you learn all the rules, break the rules. Because why you need to break the rules? Why do you need to know all the rules? Only when you know all the rules, you will be able to break the rules to get that one perfect picture. Okay? Oh, that's an interesting question, but to cut it short, I'll tell you that when you're an accredited photographer to the state government, you always cover all the VVIPs, the chief ministers, the prime ministers, and the governors for that matter. Several years ago, say about 20 years ago, we have had the freedom to move around, even get on stage and take the pictures from the leaders behind whenever they are talking. Combine the audience and the leaders side face and take pictures. But ever since the Rajiv Gandhi's assassination, so we have a very, very restricted movement. Your movement is restricted, not your thoughts. You can do n number of pictures standing in your place, provided you give kind of thought and do a picture, and that one picture which is going to go in the newspaper. I will tell you an example. There was this series of ministerial changes which had come in. Jayalalitha was the chief minister. We were all made to stand in one particular corner where they have wooden steps, where we have to stand on the wooden steps. So 5 photographers in one plank. So about some 20 photographers on one side and 20 on the other side. Our movements were restricted. We have to stand still, no movements. And because Jayalalitha is a Z plus category, so we are being watched very strictly. You cannot take even one step down or one step up. So we were all thinking, because it's all side angle, and the entrance is on the left hand side, which is very closer to the place where we were standing. And when she enters, the 5 ministers who are going to swear in is in a line. They're all bending towards her, their head, and doing like this. So I took a picture, but everybody is waiting for her to come for the swearing in, where the governor says, the chief justice was there, Jayalalitha is going to be in the middle, and all these ministers who's about to take oath will be standing or sitting behind her. So when I got this picture, I didn't realize, that's what, movement is restricted, not your thoughts. So you take this, every movement, every of her movement, whichever possible in a wide angle, you take a picture. Because later you go back to the studio and you edit it, you give what the readers want. You will know at the end of the day. So I was shooting in a series that when she came in, all these ministers were bowing their body like, L shape. And we got the picture, a couple of hours. And then the swearing in happened. And then while she left, again these ministers, out of which one minister fell on her feet flat on the floor. We got a huge wide angle thing, and we got a wonderful picture which went in the newspaper the next day. Of course, she was very angry about it, the pictures being published, but people enjoyed that picture. That was the talk of the town. Like I said, when others see different things, photographers sees things differently. This is how you have to see, because the your movement is restricted, but not the way the VIP move from one end to another. You keep shooting. At one point, you will definitely get that one picture, though you would have taken some hundreds of pictures for the day. So at the end of the day, you have to. The objective is very clear for any news photographer. End of the day, not me. My newspaper should win because of my picture. My contribution is very little. There's a whole lot of reporters, photographers all over the India, all over the country, they are contributing. You're just a drop in the ocean. But that one drop makes a hell of a lot of difference. And be the difference. And that one picture will take you or break you. Yeah, assignments, as far as assignments are concerned, you cannot choose assignments. You have to grab assignments as it comes to you. What you have chosen now may not be better, or may be better than the assignment which is going to come next through the day. But then news evolves every minute, so every minute is different. What is news now is not news later. Probably it may develop, the developing news today, tomorrow, day after, the same news in a different dimension altogether. But as far as I'm concerned, many of the photographers for that matter, that we all don't choose assignments, because whatever is coming across, the first, we do it. That is because of two things. One is, the earlier the picture for the day, you have every chances of going in the city or in the state for sure. But what happens when it rolls late in the evening? You may not find space, it may get carried the next day, or an advertisement will take up the space and only the news items goes. what happens when the news item goes today and the picture goes? No, it will never happen in any of the newspaper. So that's how we don't choose assignments. That's number one. Number two is that, yes, we choose assignments. It's not given by the office, but we choose something outside when we have the congregation of photographers in the press club at the end of the day or in the afternoon, the previous day for the assignment. Like we have this the rocket launch. We have these birds coming in here for nesting. That's during the time of September, October, November, and December it's in full fledged. So we decide on that. We pick and choose. We grab it. And there are a lot of things which is happening around. We have to keep your eyes and nose open so that we get the news and you get into that. So that's how you pick and choose what you like. So most of us, we do. I have been doing cricket, tennis, football, and the most importantly, motorsports. I love motorsports. I've done quite a lot those days. I did it for about 20 years, the motorsports. So I love motorsports a lot. Then come tennis, then cricket, then any other games. I have never said no to any of the sports because sports makes you quicker, think faster, and it also helps you in your profession. You just cannot live a moment. You should always sit behind your camera, watch very carefully. The cricket is happening. Every ball is important. Every moment is important. So follow the ball and the batsman, of course, the bowler. You have to do multitasking at the same time. Sitting in one place, you have to think a lot. You have to have that. What do you call that? You have to have that. That particular picture, you have that inquisitiveness to learn how to take that one picture. Even though you're going to take more than 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 pictures a day, and that one picture matters.
In this video, we have learnt more about selecting stories, choosing pictures, and what are the various components that go into making a picture. We hope that this has built on your existing knowledge of taking photographs and selecting images.